mental endurance isn't optional. Today, joining me, a director and a film producer who started at 17 and has lived almost entirely inside his productions. He refused a no for an answer. This isn't just a career, it's a transformation. But who is the human behind it all? Welcome Nadim Messihi to Inner Narratives. You are a producer and an AI creator. So please tell me about yourself.
Merci Nadine, I'm glad to be here. My journey started very early on. I was fortunate enough أعرف انغرم بالشيء اللي بدي أعمله, which was drawing, animating, filmmaking, doing music, writing stories.
And how old were you?
7 years old, 8 years old, 19 years old, هيك يعني. انه بتذكر بالبيت كان عندنا ال VHS كل الصيفية أحضر نفس الأفلام أحضرهم on loop. I always felt okay, that's what I like doing, telling stories, all these things. I felt I wanted to make my life and my work one thing, one big passion. بس كنت كتير صغير كنت دايما أقول بدي صور بس ما فيها لأنه cameras were very expensive كل هول. So بلشت أعمل animation على دفاتر, يعني على كل ورقة بدك ترسمي one move. At the end when you flip it like this بيبين كاركتير عم بيهز هيك. بس I remember I was very fortunate انه فجأة all of a sudden صار في digital cameras. They were very expensive, they were tiny. كان فيك تاخدي يعني الفيديو 2 to 3 minutes every video وبتفول. I remember انه I had dreams at night انه عم بيكون عندي كاميرا تقدر صور يعني. فهون يعني I'm very thankful. نذكر my whole family يعني جدي الله يرحمه, my dad, my uncles كلهم they pitched in. كل واحد شوي قدرنا نجيب هيك سمول ديجيتال كاميرا وفلتنا فيها. من وقتها لهلا in love with cameras, shooting, trying stuff. بلشنا بالشارع مع الجيران انه انت انزل هيك, انت نط من هون, action films, fun films, all sorts of things. بس as you grow up, I think you realize you are part of something bigger. It's not anymore just about filming.
So coming from a small country like Lebanon and becoming a director, we have an AI creation now. We have to be responsible. When you say responsible, can you elaborate on that? Like, what do you mean by responsibility?
Yes, of course. يعني أنا كنت عم بقول لك when I was a child اليوم art and technique you cannot dissociate them. يعني دائما في an artist and his medium. يعني if you paint عندك the brush, if you film you have the camera.
Okay.
Today we have a new medium that is on a nuclear scale of power and efficiency. يعني all of a sudden all of us are equal to a Hollywood studio today with hundreds of millions of dollars. يعني what we can do is so massive. We need to know how to handle this tool and how to tell our stories in the right way or in a way that's ethical if you might. لأنه اليوم ال AI أنت بتعرفي there's a lot of dangers associated to it. لأنه
definitely
when you had a camera in the past I couldn't take your face and let you say whatever I want.
So we need to be ethical.
This goes back to every creator. يعني العالم يلي نيتهم صافية have always been like this. You give them a pen, you give them a camera, you give them AI. دايما بحب كتير هيدا الايمج بيقولوا انه اذا بتاخدي تيوب بانتور هو من جوا احمر بتقصيه رح يطلع منه احمر, الازرق بتقصيه رح يطلع منه ازرق. The people that are evil بتقصي شو ما عملوا رح يطلع منهم evil. The people that are good شو ما عملوا رح يطلع منهم good. So it's a tool but it's so dramatically powerful that in the right hands will produce amazing words of art that can inspire people, that can help people enjoy the beauty of the word. And in the wrong hands, it will create a lot of scams, a lot of problems. But this is a problem not only for the artists, but for the whole of society, in my opinion.
And this is why maybe now they started creating new AI laws.
Yes, 100%. يعني هلا we're in the early days of AI, and I think in 10 years people will come back to this interview and to others and try to see how humans were dealing with this. And all I can say about it, and we're very excited about AI and equally terrified. As with everything new in life, يعني كل شيء جديد بعد مش مفهوم قد ايه خطر وقد ايه حلو، قد ايه productive وقد ايه counter productive. So I think كلنا as artists we are equally excited for the future, and at the same time we have a lot of questions لأنه
Fear
أكيد it's the
for
fear
the unknown.
It's fear of the unknown. رح أقول لك ليه؟ لأنه نحن for 120 years we were using cameras, we were using lights. هلا all of a sudden we're ditching all of this. وخلص, you know, it's a whole new era, it's a whole new world. Plus, it's very accessible. So البارير تو انتري صار كتير واطيه، وبالفن في شغله يعني انا I'm very open minded، بس كمان بشوف انه تعلمنا شغله in the past انه when something is hard to make it filters out a lot of attempts and people. So تقدري توصلي انت عن جد تعمليها بيكون life has put a lot of hurdles in your way جبرتك to become a better version of yourself تا انت تكوني تستحقي تعملي هالشيء. And I'll give you an example. When they used to shoot on film, not in digital, can to shoot 2 minutes of color cost between $200 and $400. So انت تخيلي اذا هلا بقول لك كل دقيقتين بدك تصوريها حقها $400. You will think for a full day before filming. You will make sure you're getting it right, all these things.
You will make the extra cognitive effort to be doing it, you know, and not wasting time.
To give you another example, هلا with your phone you can film indefinitely. So هلا إذا بتفتحي تليفونك عندك millions of thousands of videos.
Yeah,
And you forget about them and you're lost in the quantities. يعني 20 years ago كان عندك الفيلم فيك تاخدي 10 صور on a birthday, on an event in the family. These photos counted. يعني إذا بتلاحظي.
And they had a meaning, even
صح.
if it was one photo and
it
not
was
two.
one photo, the
Yeah,
whole
that's
family,
true.
it was one photo هيدا.
Now you go in your cellular and you have.
And you printed them and you put them in an album, and it was easy to make sense of your past. يعني مثلا أنا إذا بفتح الألبوم عند أهلي بشوف حياتي. For every year there's a clear short story about what that year looked like. هون حرب.
And an
هون
emotion
سلام.
when looking at the picture.
هلا أنا بحس مثلا أولادنا in 10 or 15 years they will go back to see their lives. There will be an infinite number of images and they will get lost into the sea of images. في 10,000 صورة هي ذاتها of the same year. You cannot pinpoint the milestones. إنه هون أول مرة مشيت، هون أول مرة عملت عيدك، هون وقعوا سنينك. You get my point?
That's true.
Yes. So again, this is a very fine example of technology can make art greater and technology can also make art dumber. يعني بعطيك example. رجعي 50 سنة لورا كل فيلم ينزل كان شغلة. هلا there's so many movies in so many languages on so many different platforms. ما بعرف قد ايه العالم هالقد عم تعطيهم قيمة anymore. The music as well. You used to buy a vinyl or a CD مثلا that had 10 tracks on it. You used to pay for it. The artist was very well remunerated. كان فيها العلاقة، عرفت كيف؟ هلا مثلا صار super accessible. Is it making music better or worse? I'm not here to judge, but I'm here to ask the question.
Yeah, true.
And I'm here to try, as somebody who wishes to make art in his life, to try to output my best amongst these new difficulties. يعني أنا هلا عشت بهذا الزمن بهول التكنولوجيز. So my responsibility is كيف في أعمل شيء حلو مع اللي عندي مع اللي أنا منوجد فيه. That's the question I need to answer in my opinion.
When you started at 17, did something change in your script? Because you were saying that you're working on a project, preparing for 15 years. That's a long time.
Yes.
You grew in these 15 years. Did you have to change your inner script?
My very good friends and partners and I, we've been working on a feature film, a one of its kind movie. And as I told you, يعني, I would like to speak a little bit about it. لأنه everything's still very confidential, but everyone in Lebanon will be able to hear about it soon and enjoy it soon. This film was done with 7 of my best friends, even brothers. We partnered up together on it when we were kids, when each of us didn't know much about filmmaking, but we went this whole journey together all the way. It took 15 years to make that film. It was a dream of ours to make it. And I hope very soon that I will be able with all of them to disclose it to the public. But I can tell you, every time we wanted to grab this achievement, reach the finish line, every time something happened in the country to prevent us from doing so. But I can tell you, Lano, your question
You mean
is
the war, like for
wars,
example,
pandemics, economical crisis, immigration, كل هول. But your question is super interesting.
displacement, people
كمان.
had to leave, come
كمان.
back.
Even I can tell you right now, يعني هلا we were working on
Yes.
it right now, and we couldn't go to the theaters because of the war. يعني go to test,
Okay.
نتنقل من وراء
Yes.
الأمن يعني. But I want to tell you, your question is so interesting. Why? لأنه the fact it was 15 years, there are people that started this. By the time they finished this, they weren't the same people anymore.
That's
and
what
it
I'm
was,
saying.
Yes, and it wasn't the same country anymore.
Did your
and it
inner
wasn't the same
script
word.
change?
It has to change. But
It has to.
So to answer your question, which I think is crucial وكتير مهمة, especially that we're in a podcast اسمه Inner Narratives. الحياة, it's a film that we are living. And the script directs and guides your life. And you are saying, did we have to change our inner narratives along those years? ما هي, that's the beauty of the journey, in my opinion. في حدا قال, I forgot the reference, but when you go on this journey of life, if you're the same when you came back, the journey ما كان إلها معنى. يعني the whole point of going on a journey is not the distance you travel, it's the inner changes that happen. لأنه the journey,
I love that.
ما هيدا الحلو in my opinion بهال
And that
15
is
سنة
so
اللي رحنا
true.
فيهم.
I love that.
هلا في شغلة صعبة, there's something beautiful about it, but it's also bittersweet. رح أقول لك ليه. لأنه نحن we were 17, we set a goal. Okay, I'm gonna give you an image. طلعنا آخر شيء كتير بعيد, شفنا جبل. قلنا بدنا نروح على هيدا الجبل. Okay, 15 years later, by the time we went there, ما عاد في جبل. ونحن ما عدنا نحن. والطريق صارت كتير بعيدة من البيت, بطلنا قاشعين ورانا. And the hardest part is somewhere towards the middle and the end. لأنه towards the middle and the end توصل لمحل تطلع لورا, بطل تعرف أنت مين كنت ومن وين جيت. وبتطلع لقدام, بطلت تعرف إذا you still want to go there, لأنه along the road عم بينفتح لك طرقات على اليمين وعلى الشمال وتحت وفوق. عالم عم تاخدك, عالم عم تجيبك. You have doubts. Doubts are crippling. يعني this was the hardest part.
Of course.
And the doubt comes in many ways. It's self-doubt, it's society doubting you, it's the people closest to you doubting. And doubt is powerful. لأنه doubt can be useful, but it can also put you down and destroy your dreams. فأنا عندي conviction إنه واحد ما لازم يقتل أحلامه لو قد ما صعبت. بتوصل إلى محل بتحس إنه خلص إنه everything is against you. يعني the circumstances that are happening in the country, the personal circumstances, all types of obstacles. And reality kicks in. يعني the more you grow old, the responsibilities they multiply. توصل إلى محل إنه your dreams مخنوقين, ما بقى عندهم أكسجين. عرفت شو؟ بس أنا I have a belief, a firm belief إنه قد ما جرب الوضع والحياة يقتلوا لك أحلامك, إنه إذا فيك تخليهم مثل الجمر, they're not completely dead. يعني كونوا بعدهم, إذا you're gonna be able at some point ترجع to throw wood at them and oxygen at them, رح يرجع يولع النار وترجعي عن جد. يعني your dreams will survive. مشان هيك أنا بقول إنه حتى إذا واحد داق كل شيء عليه, keep something, keep a spark. يعني هيدا السبارك ممنوع تموت. فيها تخف, فيها تقوى at different times in your life. So if you kill it, it's gone. So مش هيك أنا بقول دايما إنه واحد لازم يخلي شغلة, لأنه life without dreams, why live it؟ لأنه في كتير حظ بالحياة. يعني غير even if you work very 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 hard, luck has a role to play. يعني any board game you play في dice. الحياة فيها dice.
Statistics.
Do you judge only if people applaud you? Okay, Van Gogh مات, ما حدا سامع فيه وما معه ليرة يمشي. And after his death by a decade صار أهم painter بالعالم. Isn't that a good enough example? يعني I'm not saying you're Van Gogh or you're not. I'm just saying إنه have a strong foundation and have at least يعني some self-encouraging direction. لأنه the world will always
Will
put you
not
down.
do it for you.
They will put you down. This is how the world is built. يعني
The
العالم
things, you mean the people that you can, the controllable stuff and the uncontrollable. When there's wars, you're not in control. And the control, the people that you love, also somewhere you cannot control.
100%.
These people are under your control, but you can't control them.
This is
Or
exactly
their
what you're saying.
characters, or their projections, or their, their view on what you're doing. Your inner narrative has to be strong and updated.
Yes.
Because you said, keep always that spark.
100%.
You have to keep it up. You have to update
Yes.
yourself every once in a while to say, I'm not gonna give up. I'm gonna try. It's okay. I failed. I'll get up again. I'll try again.
I totally agree.
And maybe it is you getting up for 15 years, again and again and again, even if you didn't reach, maybe you said, and then we go on the journey. We're planning to see the mountain. The mountain's not there anymore.
Yes.
But then you realize that you learned so much.
Yes. في
So what
شغلة-
is Nadim gonna do when he doesn't find the mountain?